Hi, it's me, Victoriano II, and welcome back to my channel. So now I'll just be reacting to a vlog. Oh my gosh, a vlog of PERTH NAKHUN'S. So I think this vlog was released like 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure. Yeah, but this vlog is actually interesting, but I haven't watched it. The title is very interesting. It's like what it's like working on a BL series. So yeah, this is a vlog of PERTH NAKHUN'S, and me personally, I'm really curious what it's like working on that kind of environment. So I'm really interested to watch what he's going to say in his vlog. So yeah, by the way, if you want to watch the original video, you can check it on the description box below. I'm going to put the link, and also PERTH NAKHUN'S vlog, yeah, link. I'm going to put it on the description box below. Anyway, let's start. But before we start, I just want to say you can also follow me. Oh my gosh, my brain, it stopped working. You can also follow me on my social media platforms. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. You can follow me at Butch Realino, and you can also follow me on Twitter at Puss in Butch. You can check the links on the description box below. Yeah, let's start. Oh, but before we start, I just want to give a quick shout out to my patrons. I have a Patreon account where you can watch my full reaction videos of some of the series that I've watched and I'm currently watching. So yeah, you can actually also watch some of the of the series that I can't post on YouTube. Anyway, let's start. Wait, I need my cheat sheet. I'm going to start giving shout outs. Okay, quick shout out to Nick, to Mark Lesney, to Eric Ismael, to John Chisholm, to Shane Murray, to Dan Bisley Harling, to Michael Estoy, to Daniel Francis, to Tanotsuki86, to Amielll, to Maribel Pantoja, to Caravin Ann, to Stephanie, to Hoki, to Cedric Bardu, to Zerin Sigurchi, to Racha, to Luvon Bibi, to Shushu, to Yagviga Gotcheska, to Chom Tarn Jonanukul, and to Elena Cordemans. Thank you so much for supporting me on my channel. Kopkun Kap. Salamat. Shashani. Arigatou gozaimasu. Kamsahamnida. So yeah, let's start watching this one. What it's like working on a BL series. Oh, but before we start, I want to show you my food here because food is love. Food is life. I have here piyaya. I don't know. This is what a piyaya looks like. This is a famous delicacy in the Philippines, so it's really good. It's something I would recommend to everyone. Anyway, let's start watching this video. Go, go, go!
Hey guys, welcome
Hey
back
guys.
to the channel. So lately when I've been streaming over on Twitch, twitch.tv/PerthNakHUN'S.
Oh yeah, he actually loves doing
twice a week. People have been asking
live
questions
streams.
about what it's like to work on a TV show, what it's like being on set, and also how we prepare for roles and things like that. So I asked you guys over on Twitter for any questions you have about what it's like working on a TV show, and I picked
By the
some
way,
of the most interesting questions,
the
and I'm gonna be
latest
answering them in this video. So
series that I've watched from him was
how many
Beauty
takes do you
Pie.
have of a scene on average? It really depends on what kind of scene we're shooting, also how much time is left in the day, and also kind of how easy the scene is to shoot. On average, I would say it takes at least 10 takes because when you're shooting a scene, you need to get the wide angle, which is like far away. Then you get a close-up angle, and then there's usually multiple close-up angles. So you want to get the angle of this person talking and the angle of another person talking. So if everything goes smoothly, usually you need at least 2 to 3 takes per shot. So yeah, I would say at least 10 on average. It can take many more. Like 20 takes for a scene is not uncommon. And the more complicated the scene or the more angles, that means you're gonna need more takes. Right, the next question is, what do you guys do to help foster
that's
good
a lot.
chemistry within all the cast members? By the way, I just wanted to say that I'm just answering these questions based on my experience. I'm not saying every single production is like this, especially overseas productions, which I have no experience with. This is just my experience working in Thai production.
Reasonable,
so
valid.
TV show. We actually do like acting workshops. So the main objectives of these workshops is to one, break the ice and develop chemistry between the cast, and also to either brush up or work on acting skills. It's common for people to hang out outside of work hours, like just hang out and as friends, which also helps develop chemistry. So yeah. All right, next question is, how do you deal with messing up lines? Is it funny or frustrating? Messing up lines is extremely common.
I think it would be
especially
frustrating.
speaking in language that's not your native language. But even speaking in your native language, it's really common to mess up lines. Like even when I'm shooting these YouTube videos, I mess up speaking all the time. So you can imagine what it's like being on set and kind of like having kind of a level of pressure on you. If you mess up and it's funny, like you say the wrong word, then yeah, of course it's really funny and everyone can have a laugh. So for example, if it's getting late in the day or the shooting for that day is starting to run late, it's not that funny anymore. It starts to get a little frustrating, probably not just for you, but also the people working around you. But it's not a big deal, you know, relatively speaking. Alright, next question is, we know scenes
I think it's a big
recorded
deal
out of
to some.
order, but how extreme do they get to be? When we're shooting, it's based on location, so we shoot all the scenes that are shot in that location. It doesn't matter what episode they're from. And yeah, it can get pretty out there. Like for example, I even remember there was a day shooting Kim Porsche where some actors was shooting scenes from even like almost the final episodes, and then by the end of the day they were going back to shooting scenes from episode 2. So yeah, it's really all over the place. It's actually not really that difficult if you've kind of done your homework and you really understand the script. If you know the timeline of the story and your character and like where the scenes are and like how your character has developed from scene to scene or episode to episode. It sounds kind of confusing, but it's not really a big deal. I mean, obviously, ideally, it would be pretty cool to shoot a TV show in chronological order, but financially, it just doesn't make sense. All right, next question. How hard is it to film fight scenes? To be honest, they're not hard in terms of performing them. They just are tiring and take a lot of time.
In preparation.
There's a lot of choreography that goes into a fight scene, which is done by a professional and then taught to us. And we have time to practice the choreography and stuff. But the thing is, you have to really give it your 100% to make it look real. If you kind of hold back, like I've done, there was a scene in Kim Porsche where I had to kick this old guy, really kick the shit out of him, and I was kind of holding back. I didn't want to hurt him, and then the director behind the camera was like, you need to do it more aggressively and really like, don't kick him, but like you really need to get really close because we can see in the camera that it's fake. But the thing is with fight scenes is because there's so much movement, the camera needs to move a lot, and there's so many different camera angles you have to take, lots of close-ups and faraway shots and back to close-ups. So fight scenes and action scenes for me have taken the longest. Not because people aren't performing them well, it's just they take the most amount of time. All right, next up, what was it like filming those pool scenes in Kim Porsche? Looked kind of scary to be underwater. So the magic of filmmaking. So when our hands,
I haven't watched Kim Porsche yet.
Done by professionals, and they are actually tied up, but the knots are done in a way that they're really easy to get
because
out.
I'm not
And
sure
also
how to
there's,
react
like,
to
medical
it.
people and helpers like on standby in case any accidents occur. So everything is like in a nice controlled area, even though on camera it might look a little bit scary.
If I can
nice and safe.
post it
Right,
on
how long does it take to film one
YouTube,
series?
then I
It
might
really
just
depends on the
post it on
series
Patreon.
because there's so many different variables. The main one being the number of episodes and also the variety of locations. It's really hard to say it takes this long, but I would say on average it takes around 3 months. But when I say 3 months, we're not actually shooting every single day. Usually TV series shoot 3, maximum 4 days a week. How do actors cry right on the spot? This is a really interesting question. So
Characterization,
there are
I don't
different
know.
ways to cry, right? So one way to cry is just by being really into the scene and really understanding the character's emotions, and you just feel the same way and then you cry. That's like the most ideal way. As an actor, you want to cry. You want to be in the moment, feeling the emotions, and then you cry. But life doesn't always turn out that way. In cases where like the tears just aren't flowing, there are other ways, such as using eye drops. So you'll shoot a scene, then someone will come put in some eye drops for you and then continue shooting. Or you can kind of put some menthol, not a lip balm, but it's like a menthol balm you can put near your eyes, which will make your eyes water, which makes it look really, really more magic
Cheating.
of television. This is a really interesting question. I feel like I've probably said that like 3 times already, but this is why I picked these questions. So, can actors improvise and to what level? So this really depends on the production and the director, because some directors really like to, you know, kind of be free-flowing and improvise.
And some really
other
want to stick.
directors
Yeah.
really like to stick to the script, because when the scripts are written for TV, the words are picked out very meticulously. Like the writers who put in hours and hours and hours writing this script, it takes a deep understanding of the character to be able to write in their voice and create the dialogue. Some people think that the way the script is already perfect, so you just perform according to the script. All of the directors I've worked with have been extremely open to having discussions. Like if you have any ideas, then they've been super open about like exchanging ideas and discussing how you think like a scene should be, even if it's not in the script.
Collaborative.
I have friends who have done scenes that have been 100% improvised. They just kind of put them in the situation and give them some kind of stimulus, and they just kind of improvise and do their own thing. So yeah, it really depends, and yes, you can improvise. Next question. This is also a good question, like all of them. How did you get used to having a camera in your face? The main way to get used to having the camera in your face is experience. For example, even me doing this YouTube channel, if you go and watch earlier videos compared to now, I've gotten way more comfortable talking in front of a camera. Those first couple of videos I put out, I was extremely nervous. In some places, you can even hear my voice shaking. Whereas now, I
want to
get a
watch
little
my
bit
previous
nervous, but I
videos.
feel a lot more
But I think I'll be
comfortable.
awkward,
Another
like,
thing is that when
ugh.
I've taken acting classes, some of the exercises they get you to do or teach you is to forget what's around you and really immerse yourself in the scene. I feel like if you're really immersed in the scene, you're in the moment and you're really portraying that character, you kind of forget about the cameras and the crew and those kind of things. Like you act as if the cameras aren't there, but you actually need to know where the cameras are. You need to know what's in the field of view of the camera. You need to know like when you're in frame, out of frame, whether you're blocking somebody else's face or not. So it's kind of interesting. I'm gonna say it's about 80% being there in the moment, and 20% you need to have an awareness of kind of what's
Basically, it's
around
not
you.
that
How
easy.
long are you on set for, and how do you pass the time until your scene? Time on set also varies. You know, you could be on set for 3 hours, you could be on set for 12 hours.
12
I think
hours.
a regular shooting day is anywhere between 12 to 16 hours. But I mean, you're just there from before you shoot your first scene until you shoot your last scene. But your last scene might not be the last scene of the day. So I've had some days where I've been in the first scene and the last scene, which means I'm on set for, you know, like 16 hours. How do I pass the time? Well, I like to sleep. Like sitting down,
Eat.
talking with friends, watching some anime, snacking. Yeah, it's pretty much how I pass the time. Have you ever only truly understood a scene after you've actually watched it? No, I would say that in terms of like preparation for a scene requires you to really understand everything that's going on within the scene and also the importance of the scene in the context of the whole story. But when you're in the scene, it's kind of hard to imagine what it's going to look like. Even if you go and watch the playback of a scene after you've shot it, it still doesn't really give you a great idea of what the scene's exactly going to be like, because so much is done in the editing room. So huge props need to go out for editors of TV shows, because
And I
that's
really
where
think
the scene is really made.
the
Obviously,
editors
acting is
are,
important,
I mean, the
camera
job of
angles
an
are
editor
important,
is really
what
hard.
camera angles are shown, the music and the colors all happens in the editing room, and it makes a huge difference. When acting the scene, in terms of understanding, I would say the scene is understood 100%, but how it's going to come out, for me personally, I don't really know. So that's actually what makes it really interesting when you go back and watch a TV series in your room, because when you're shooting it, you don't really know how things are going to turn out, and then when you get to see it on the screen, you're like, oh, okay, it's like this. So yeah. Are there scheduled breaks for snacking, or do you guys have to wait till a scene is shot successfully? So when you roll up on set, there's 3 main meal breaks. There's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and these are provided for us. Usually there's like a caterer, so there will be like 5 or 6 different dishes, and you go and pick whatever you like. But since we were shooting during COVID, we had boxed meals instead. Not while you're shooting a scene, but if you're on a break between scenes, it's totally fine. You can just snack and eat some fruit or eat whatever you want. It's totally fine. Alright guys, so I hope I was able to answer a lot of the more common questions that you guys have about what it's like working on the set of a TV show. It was really interesting, like seeing what everyone's interested about. I would say the funniest thing is like there seems to be this strange mystique around the whole thing. It's more straightforward and regular than you think. Like it's a special job, but it's still a job. I hope that this video was informative and shed some light
why is he
on
so
what's
cute?
going on behind the scenes. If you guys enjoyed the video and there's still more questions that I haven't answered, then maybe I can put together a part 2 sometime. So if you'd like that, then please let me know in the comment section down below. As always guys, thank you
I
very
would
much
want
for
to
watching
watch
the video,
that.
and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.
Follow him. So we just finished watching the video of PERTH NAKHUN'S, what it's like working on a BL show. And you know what? This vlog is actually very interesting because as a viewer, we don't really get to know what's happening behind the scenes and what it feels like working on a BL show. And yeah, watching this one is actually nice. It gives us a better perspective on their job. And yeah, I remember when I took my acting class last time, they discussed a lot about the production and everything what's happening behind the camera. And oh my gosh, you won't really believe that there are really a lot of people behind the camera, like working, and like as in a lot, and you'll just be overwhelmed. And yeah, it's something that I didn't expect. And also I remember my teacher telling me that acting is not, telling our class that acting is hard work. Like not everyone can be actors because acting is a process. Acting is a process. So it's really hard work. And yeah, after watching this video of PERTH NAKHUN'S, I can say that oh my gosh, it really needs dedication. Like if you really want to be in this industry, you really have to be passionate of what you're doing and everything. So yeah, you know what? I would love to watch a second video of PERTH NAKHUN'S about this one if he decides to make another one. So yeah, I'm curious of that video. Yeah, so I want to know your thoughts about this video. So if you have any thoughts, recommendations, suggestions, please feel free to type it down below. And yeah, you can also check my playlist here and a random video here. And don't forget to click like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye. Kapkan kap. Salamat. Shashani. Arigatou gozaimasu. Kamsahamnida.